Well, we've certainly seen trade headlines affect sentiment measures and the markets. We've seen it in the PMI surveys and, of course, in stocks. What we haven't seen yet is it affect any hard economic data. This would be the first week we would start to see that. Remember, the steel and aluminum tariffs went into place for June. We've seen some prior tariffs implemented that would affect things as well. So how's this week shaping up? Well, Monday we got the China's FX reserves. They didn't seem to be impacted. Yesterday we got some news on, oh gosh, what was yesterday's news? Can't think of it at the moment.
There's always so much, isn't there? Yes.
There is so much. But anyway, so Bank of Canada today moved on interest rates, not seeing much of an impact there. Friday, we're going to get China's trade data. Of course, tomorrow we get the crops report. None of this actually affecting hard economic data. Oh, I know what it was on Tuesday, PepsiCo. We're getting some global companies finally reporting earnings, as you point out, and that'll be key. Pepsi didn't indicate much of an impact from the tariff so far. Yeah. If that's what we hear through the rest of the earnings season, that may continue to mute the impact to these sort of daily swings based on headlines. We were just noting there, President was talking with Angela Merkel. Would love to have heard what was being said during that little tete-a-tete there as they get ready for the family photo. Mike, you know, we've asked the question all week, what will be more important to the markets? Trade, which clearly is the top story today for Wall Street, but their earnings, as we mentioned, get underway in earnest on Friday. The big banks, very important to this market as well. Will that put trade in the back seat, if you will, when those reports come out, do you think?
Well, it's been very clear in the recent period that the market has certainly been putting earnings over trade. And if you look at it, it's really been putting that down because the economic fundamentals in the U.S. continue to be extremely strong. The problem is there is sky-high expectations on earnings, and even a slight disappointment can have significant market implications. And just when we were thinking about the impacts of these current tariffs and the back and forth between China and the U.S., well, of course, those haven't impacted on the numbers. But what we do know now is President Trump is dead serious about protectionism and tariffs. This is not going to be a political sideshow. Bringing in an additional $200 billion in potential tariffs can quickly escalate to over $1 trillion of trade-related tariffs that hit both China, the U.S., and the European Union. Right. This is a major issue that the market, up until today, has been completely neglecting.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.